I will get criticism for what I teach you guys with a knife. Because, you're about my size, come here. Do you have a knife? Practice knife? Okay. People will tell you, right here. People will tell you, turn facing me, right? That the only reason you have a knife is to get inside and make your cuts. Which means, in their philosophy, he has a knife, I have a knife. The only reason I have a knife is to get in here and make these really penetrating, good, deep cuts. Okay? I have an issue with that. I have an issue with anybody who gets up and says, the only reason you would ever do. Really? You've probably never been in a situation. You've probably been to a lot of karate classes. But you probably haven't been in a real life situation. Ask any soldier if there's a this is the only thing that ever happened situation. Go ahead, ask them, all right? We focus on a long-range knife fighting system, right? We focus on defanging the snake, all right? The Filipino systems have it, but a lot of Filipino schools don't focus on it anymore. And they invert the grip. And they have told me, keep your blade forward, right? And the knife comes at me. And I've got a knife, so the only thing I'll ever have a knife for is to pass and take my inside shots. Why? The knife comes at me. I'm done. Okay? Same thing happens with stick. And I've actually gotten criticized for this. Okay? When we work with sticks, I teach only 2 angles of movement with a stick. Right? I teach straight in and off. That's the only 2 angles I teach with a stick. If you're not doing that, you're trying to run. Right? And the reason for that is simplicity. Are there others? Of course. Well, for simplicity's sake, and because I've worked with soldiers who want it very, very quick. And I received criticism one time because we were doing knife work, and I was teaching enter here, right? Break the arm if you can, and then do it at work. And I received criticism. No, the only reason you ever use a stick is for distance. Are you sure? Did you get my bag from me? Okay. Are you sure? Because again, we're saying the only, and that's not really what happens in combat, right? So for example, we have 2 even-length sticks, and we're 2 equally sized guys. So you're right. Maybe if I know there's a stick, I might want to angle. I might want to take the distance.
I like this.
Huh.
Let's go with few rounds.
Okay, the only reason I would ever have a stick is to keep distance and to gain distance? Really? No, I'm just moving onto the tip end of his stick. Okay?
I'm going to do it.
Huh.
Oh, it's collapsible baton, that's what it is. I was wondering where you kept that.
It's a stick, right?
Yes, sir.
It's for stick fighting, right?
You can give me that one to fight with.
The only reason you never have a stick is to gain distance. Oh, screw that!
Bang.
Really? And this is a legitimate stick. I know multiple detectives who carry one this size because they're wearing a suit all day. Okay? I know multiple patrol officers who carry one that size or this size. This makes a difference. Don't tell me the only reason you would have a stick is for distance. What if the only reason I have a stick is because someone was trying to beat my wife's head in and there was a stick sitting on the ground? What if he has a baseball bat and I happen to grab a tire iron? The only reason you have a knife is to close distance. Really? What if that knife is a broken bottle and he has a machete? Maybe my only reason for grabbing that knife was to chuck it at his face and run. Okay, there isn't a this is the only situation in real-world self-defense. There's just crap and levels of crap you're layering on. Does that make sense? Because even if, give that to him for a second, even if we're equal size, we're not equal weapons anymore. Right? Even if he's trying to really wail on me and I'm trying to just defang the snake, which would be my smarter option here, what if he has an ounce of training and he knows to come at my arm? Okay? This isn't a good fight. This might be a time when I do want to go in. That came out, this came out, oh crap, boom! I'm going to go in for broke. Kind of like Master Stein in her last tournament. Right?
I'd throw it at home.
Whatever I need to do. Okay? So don't think that when I teach you something I'm teaching, this is the only thing to do. This is the best thing in the world. No. I'm teaching you are in a crap situation. How can we try to deal with the crap? Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. And if you ever have something better, tell me. If you ever think you have something better, tell me. Guess what we do?
That's the
We
practice.
test it. We practice it. Put the safety gear on, grab some foam sticks, and beat on each other. See what strategy works. Okay? I love cursing because I'm putting videos on YouTube. YouTube people love to know everything, right? Cool. Come down to the gym. We have an open door policy. Come down. Show me. Right? If you guys find something, show me. I'm more than willing to test stuff. Right? That's how we learn.